The shimmer of sequins, the blinding flash of paparazzi bulbs, golden age Hollywood. Beneath that glittering facade lurked a viper's nest of secrets, scandals and sins. These scandals could end careers, ruin lives, and even snuff them out entirely. Buckle up, buttercups, because today we're diving headfirst into the dark underbelly of Hollywood's golden age with the 10 scandals that shook Tinseltown to its core. Our first tragedy takes us to a chilly December morning in 1935. High above Los Angeles, nestled in the Hollywood Hills, sits a popular restaurant called the Café Lamaze. It's there, in the back seat of her own car, that the lifeless body of comedic actress Thelma Todd is discovered. Cause of death? Carbon monoxide poisoning. Thelma, a sparkling comedienne known for her roles alongside the Marx Brothers and Laurel and Hardy, was just 29 years old. The police quickly ruled it a suicide. Thelma had everything to live for: fame, fortune, and a brand new restaurant venture. Whispers of foul play began to circulate. Some pointed fingers at her ex-husband, a jealous and abusive man. The night she died, Thelma had a very public fight with Roland West at a party. To this day, Thelma Todd's death remains a cold case. He was the comedic titan of the silent era, a man whose girth was only matched by his talent and his enormous salary. Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, the highest-paid star of his time, was the undisputed king of Hollywood. Until one fateful Labor Day weekend in 1921. The setting? A raucous party at San Francisco's St. Francis Hotel. The guest list? A who's who of Hollywood's elite, fueled by bathtub gin and a sense of invincibility. It was at this party, in a suite overflowing with guests, that aspiring actress Virginia Rappe fell gravely ill. Accusations flew faster than champagne corks. Arbuckle was accused of a horrific act, raping Rappe and mortally injuring her with his considerable weight. The press had a field day. 3 sensational trials ensued, each one a media circus. Arbuckle was acquitted, but the damage was done. His name, once synonymous with laughter, became a byword for scandal. Oh, Clark Gable. That square jaw, that devilish twinkle in his eyes. He was the epitome of Hollywood masculinity, the king of Hollywood who could make women swoon with a single glance. But even kings have their secrets, and Gable's was a doozy. It all began on the set of the 1935 film Call of the Wild. Gable, already a married man, found himself smitten with his co-star, the beautiful and talented Loretta Young. Sparks flew, cameras rolled, and 9 months later, Young gave birth to a baby girl named Judy. Young, terrified of a scandal, concocted an elaborate ruse, claiming she was adopting a child. Gable remained married, never publicly acknowledging Judy as his own. Gable died in 1960, his secret daughter still hidden from the public eye. Hold on to your fedoras because we're stepping into a real-life Hollywood noir. On a February morning in 1922, the body of William Desmond Taylor, a prominent film director, is found sprawled on the floor of his bungalow. A single bullet to the back. No witnesses. Suspects? Mabel Normand, the beloved comedic actress and Taylor's rumored lover, was seen fleeing his bungalow the night of the murder. Then there was Mary Miles Minter, a teenage starlet obsessed with the older director. The investigation was a tangled web of red herrings, false leads, and juicy gossip. The murder of William Desmond Taylor remains unsolved to this day. She was the girl with the golden voice, a talent so luminous it seemed to radiate from her very being. Judy Garland, America's sweetheart, captivated audiences with her portrayal of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. But behind that dazzling smile, a storm was brewing. Signed to MGM at the tender age of 13, Judy's life became a relentless cycle of grueling filming schedules, amphetamines to keep her going, and barbiturates to force her to sleep. Her weight was constantly scrutinized, her diet controlled with an iron fist. As she blossomed into a young woman, so too did her struggles with addiction and mental health issues. Judy's tragic death at the age of 47 from an accidental barbiturate overdose shocked the world. Joan Crawford. The name itself conjures images of glamour, ambition, and an almost superhuman drive for perfection. She was the epitome of Hollywood royalty, glamorous, successful, and seemingly invincible. But behind that carefully constructed facade, a darker story was brewing. Enter Christina Crawford, Joan's adopted daughter, who in 1978 published a scathing memoir titled Mommy Dearest. The book painted a chilling portrait of Joan as a cruel and abusive mother. Christina's accusations were shocking, to say the least. Mommy Dearest irrevocably changed the way we viewed Joan Crawford. Rock Hudson, a Hollywood tragedy, unveiled. He was the epitome of Hollywood heartthrobs, tall, handsome, and with a smile that could melt glaciers. Rock Hudson, with his rugged good looks and undeniable charisma, was every woman's fantasy. But behind that carefully crafted image, Rock harbored a secret. Rock Hudson was a gay man living in an era where being true to oneself could cost you everything. The studio system forced Rock to live a lie. In 1985, the world watched in horror as AIDS began to claim the lives of thousands, including Rock Hudson. His death forced Hollywood to confront its own hypocrisy. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckler's sordid secret. He was Hollywood's ultimate swashbuckler, a dashing rogue with a twinkle in his eye and a rapier wit. Errol Flynn, the star of the adventures of Robin Hood and Captain Blood, embodied adventure and romance on screen, but off-screen, his life was a whirlwind of scandal, excess, and one particularly disturbing accusation. In 1942, Flynn found himself entangled in a legal battle that would forever tarnish his reputation. Two underage girls, Betty Hansen and Peggy Satterley, accused the actor of statutory rape. The trial, a media sensation, gripped the nation. Despite a mountain of evidence against him, Flynn was acquitted. The scandal left an indelible stain on his career. The Fixers, Hollywood's masters of illusion. Ah, the studio system. A well-oiled machine designed to churn out stars and sanitize their images, but even the most pristine facade needs a little touch-up now and then. And that's where the Fixers came in, those shadowy figures who lurked in the background, cleaning up messes and burying secrets. These weren't your average publicists. They were masters of manipulation, pulling strings and calling in favors. One of the most notorious fixers was Eddie Mannix, a former bouncer with a talent for intimidation. Mannix, employed by MGM, was the ultimate Hollywood Mr. Fix-It. Marilyn Monroe, a death shrouded in secrets. Marilyn Monroe, the blonde bombshell with a vulnerability that belied her sex symbol status, met an untimely end in 1962. Her death, officially ruled a barbiturate overdose, remains one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. Was it suicide, a tragic accident, or something more sinister? Her connections to the Kennedy brothers fueled speculation about a possible cover-up. Some whispered that she was murdered to protect the Kennedys. Others pointed to the mafia, claiming they had a score to settle with the Kennedys. Was Marilyn a victim of her own demons, or did she stumble too close to the truth? The final act. The curtain falls, the lights dim, and we're left with the echoes of these scandals. Behind the dazzling smiles and the carefully crafted personas, real lives played out, lives filled with passion, pain, and secrets. These scandals weren't just tabloid fodder, they were glimpses into the underbelly of a system built on ambition, exploitation, and the relentless pursuit of fame. They remind us that behind every star is a story, and sometimes a secret that's better left untold. Which scandal shocked you the most? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold stories from vintage Hollywood.